Take a live look here over West Charlotte, and I bring in meteorologist Andrew Brightman to our conversation here. So we know we have a little bit longer to enjoy the nice temperatures, right, before we have these changes coming our way, Andrew.
Yeah, that's right. Really, once we get to the second half of the weekend, all about your Sunday here. And we're going to get into that, Alicia, what we're watching here with the potential strong and severe weather that's going to be moving in across the Carolinas. Right now, 61 degrees, got light and variable winds about 5 to 10 miles an hour. And dew points have been creeping up, but still, for the most part, fairly low here across the Carolinas. Still seeing the skiers and snowboarders. Definitely some serious spring skiing over the past few days across the higher elevations. Pinpoint satellite imagery, the visible satellite, you can see some of these high clouds starting to move in across the Carolinas, across the eastern, let's call it third of the state up near Raleigh and Durham. They're seeing some low cloud cover, a little bit of fog, but that is starting what we call mix out. We start to warm up the ground, get that air churning, mixing the low levels of the atmosphere here. So they'll slowly get rid of the cloud cover. On a macro level, eastern half of the country, for the most part quiet. You can already see, though, the stream of moisture starting to move in, almost acting as an arrow where we're going to be most concerned about once we get to tomorrow. Powerhouse of an initial storm. This is the first low that we're watching over Nebraska. That is going to be shooting up into Canada. And then we're going to be watching this right here, this frontal boundary right behind it, trailing behind it. That is going to have a secondary area of low pressure develop along it once we get to tomorrow morning. Now, when we start talking about the potential for severe weather, we'll start Saturday morning, Mississippi, Alabama, western portions of Tennessee. We're really concerned about strong and damaging winds, including the potential for tornadic activity. Once we get to Saturday evening, the overall threat of this storm system is going to reach its apex here across the United States, specifically around central Alabama. The greatest potential, not just for strong and damaging winds, not just tornadoes, but potentially strong and damaging, what we call significant tornadoes, EF2 or higher, is going to be possible in this sort of magenta highlighted region right here. And then from there, the focus shifts eastward once we get to Sunday into portions of the Carolinas, including down through Georgia as well. Not going to be as high in terms of the potential for severe weather like what we're seeing in Alabama tomorrow, but still concerned and why it's a pinpoint weather alert day on Sunday for those potential severe storms. And then as it moves eastward, might see some more secondary storms across the eastern third of the state, but for the most part, once that area of low pressure continues to move northward, a lot of the dynamics, the twisting in the atmosphere goes away, so we're not as overall concerned about major severe weather. Temperatures right now, lots of mid-60s and low 70s, setting the stage, the warm sector out ahead of this developing storm system. So as we have futurecasts here on a macro level, really highlight what's going on. There's that frontal boundary right there. And then overnight tonight, heading into Saturday, we'll see a secondary area of low pressure start to develop. Already here near northeast Texas, there's that secondary low taking shape. And then you see all of these strong storms and severe storms starting to develop here, beginning to push off to the east. Definitely going to see probably some tornadic activity here. From there, it makes its way eastward. Now we're to 2 a.m. Sunday morning near Asheville, Boone, watching those strong storms starting to move in. We continue here 7 o'clock in the morning, between about 4 and noon. Maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon is going to be that time frame here for us across the Carolinas as we zoom in a little bit more. But by about 1 o'clock, it starts to clear out. Our weather will start to improve here across the region, and things will look much better. Overall, biggest concern, strong and damaging winds. Could see some hail as well. Also, some isolated tornadoes is certainly a potential threat here across the Carolinas. Your pinpoint 7-day forecast. Temperatures warm out ahead of it. And then early next week, a little bit cooler on Monday, Alicia. And then we're watching temperatures heading right back up into the 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right. Thank you, Andrew.